In today's video, we discuss 7 expert tips for early retirement in Germany. Currently, the retirement age in Germany is set at 67 years. The earlier you wish to retire, the more expensive it becomes, as you'll have to find a way to secure an early retirement. There are 3 options to explore. Number 1, working for a longer period of time. Number 2, investing more money. Or number 3, potentially accepting a lower pension amount. However, given the pension level is already relatively low, which we will discuss later on in this video, accepting a lower pension may not be feasible for most individuals. Therefore, it becomes crucial to find ways to compensate for this shortfall. Let's dive into the various possibilities available to make early retirement in Germany a reality. Early retirement with a pension induction. The earliest age you can claim the statutory pension is 63. But keep in mind that there will be a deduction on your pension amount. The future value of your pension depends on the month of pension points you have accumulated by the time you have reached the retirement age. For each pension point, you receive 37.6 euros per month. So, if you have 30 pension points, that amounts to 1,128 euros per month. To accumulate these 30 pension points, you need to have worked for over 30 years, consistently earning the national average income. Simplifying it a bit, you earn 1 point for every year you earn above the average and slightly less if you earn below the average. So essentially, retiring at the age of 63 is possible, but it comes with certain prerequisites. You need to have made at least 35 years of contributions to the German pension insurance. However, there are exceptional situations where you can receive credits for those contribution years. For instance, longer periods of illness, occupational disability, maternity leave, pregnancy, unemployment, and even school and study time can be credited, but up to a maximum of 8 years between the ages of 17 and 25. Now, if you decide to retire earlier and meet the necessary conditions, there is a monthly penalty for doing so, amounting to 0.3%. Let's give you an example. Imagine you have accumulated 30 pension points which entitle you to 1,128 euros in pension. However, if you choose to retire 1 year earlier, you would be facing a penalty of 0.3% per month. That means your pension would decrease to 1,000 euros and 85 cents per month. The situation becomes even more striking if you decide to retire 4 years earlier at the age of 63 instead of 67. In this case, you would have to accept a 14.3% penalty, resulting in a pension of 966 euros instead of the 1,128 euros per month. Buying pension points. The German pension insurance provides an option to purchase pension points whether you plan to retire earlier or not. This opportunity was created specifically to offer those who wish to retire earlier a means to compensate for the pension loss they would incur. Interestingly, you can also buy additional points even if you plan to retire at the standard retirement age of 67. To be eligible for purchasing pension points, you need to meet a certain criteria. First, you must be at least 50 years old, so this option is not available for younger individuals. Secondly, you need to have the possibility from a mathematical standpoint to retire earlier, meaning that you should have accumulated 35 full years of contributions by the time you turn 63. If you meet these requirements, the process of buying pension points is relatively straightforward. You'll need to fill out a form and submit it to the German pension insurance. They will calculate the maximum number of pension points that you can buy, but here you are not required to purchase the maximum amount. You have the flexibility to buy as many pension points as you desire up to the maximum limit. At the moment, one pension point costs 8,024 euros. But is it really a good idea to buy pension points? To figure that out, we should understand the worth of each pension point. When you have one pension point, it means that you get 37.6 euros every month. If we calculate this for a whole year, it adds to a return of 5.6% per year. That sounds pretty appealing, especially knowing that the German government supports it and it's generally considered as a safe choice. However, we have to keep that in mind that this isn't exactly like a typical investment. When you buy pension points, you're paying money for them, but you would not get this money back. Please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video and consider subscribing. Alright, to have a good understanding, let's compare two things to see which option is better. Buying pension points or investing in an ETF portfolio. Imagine we invest the 8,000 euros in an ETF and withdraw 37.6 euros each month, which is similar to the amount we receive with the pension points. For the ETF portfolio, let's assume an average rate of return being 7%, which is based on the returns from the S&P 500 index adjusted for inflation. With these numbers, the ETF portfolio would last forever as long as the rate of return is higher than the rate of withdrawal. However, we need to consider that these are the ideal conditions, as the 7% is an average rate which can fluctuate drastically. For example, if the rate of return decreases to 4%, now your ETF portfolio would last you only 21 years. It's important to know that we are comparing two different things. When you buy pension points, you get a guaranteed payout of 5.6%. On the other hand, the yield from an ETF portfolio can go up or down, and there is a risk that you might lose your money. So the decision of whether to buy pension points or to invest in an ETF portfolio depends on your own situation. If you have enough money and don't rely heavily on your pension, it might be better to invest and accept the risks that come with it. However, the opposite is true if you have a low pension income. Next, we have the working time account. Imagine being able to work ahead and accumulate time to enjoy an earlier retirement. This can be made possible through a remarkable tool called the long-term work value account. It's important to note that this is not a government-provided benefit, but rather a solution that requires collaboration with your employer. The working time account operates in two phases: the accumulation phase and the payment phase. Think of it as a savings account where you can deposit surplus working time. For example, you can store your overtime hours or unused vacation days. It's worth mentioning that only vacation days exceeding your legal entitlement can be included. Moreover, some employers even allow you to convert additional benefits into this account. Instead of calculating in hours, it is transformed into money, which also earns interest over time. Naturally, this account must be safeguarded against the risk of employer insolvency. It's crucial to ensure that the amount deposited into the account does not exceed what can be withdrawn during the payout phase. During the payout phase, the salary is distributed in the usual manner, with taxes and social charges applied accordingly. The only difference is that you no longer have to physically show up to work. This enticing option provides an attractive way of accumulating both time and money on the side, whether it's for retirement or other purposes. For instance, it could be an ideal solution for taking a well-deserved sabbatical or explore new adventures or pursue personal interests. Most companies that offer a time account do not offer a long-term account or even have limited hours that can be put into it. For example, my company offers a flexible account, but I can only put a maximum of 40 hours into it at a time. So talk to your employer and ask whether they offer this or not. Partial retirement. This concept is designed for people starting from the age of 55 and offers a unique way to transition into retirement. Here is how it works. You reduce the time that you work for in half, so your salary is also halved because of the reduced hours. If your employer allows it, you can get 20% salary on top of it. It's worth noting that these additional earnings are exempt from taxes and social security contributions. However, your employer is still required to pay 90% of the contributions to your pension insurance. This ensures that as an employee, you can maintain a relatively high pension even if you work part-time. Of course, for this plan to work, your employer needs to agree to it. Initially, it may mean higher costs for them. However, it can be an appealing option for employers who are considering downsizing or bringing in new employees. Partial retirement offers an attractive solution that minimizes the impact on your pension while giving you the flexibility to gradually transition into retirement. It's a win-win situation where you can enjoy a reduced workload, more free time, and your employer benefits from a smooth transition in their workforce. Registering as unemployed. Before retiring, or if you want to start your retired life earlier, you can sign up as unemployed. It may seem strange, but this choice has unique benefits that are worth considering. Here is how it works. When you register as unemployed, you become eligible to receive a percentage of your average take-home salary from the past 12 months. Usually this is about 60% of what you used to earn. However, if you have a child, the percentage goes up to 67%. This provides some financial support during your transition period. The length of time you receive unemployment benefits depends on your age. So if you are under 50 years old, you can get benefits for up to 12 months. But if you are over 50, you might be eligible for benefits for up to 24 months. the duration changes gradually between the ages of 50 and 58. It's important to know that if you decide to quit your job on your own instead of being let go, there will be a 3-month waiting period. During this time, you won't receive any unemployment benefits. You'll need to find other ways to supporting yourself during this period. Keep in mind that this time without benefits also affects the amount of pension you receive. While you're on unemployment, the employment office pays for your pension contributions. However, they only cover up 20% of what you used to earn. Remember, it's important to talk to the right authorities and financial advisors to understand the specific requirements and effects based on your own circumstances so that you can make a well-informed decision that aligns with your financial goals and retirement dreams. Building up your own wealth. Building wealth is not only essential for retirement, but it also has values earlier in life. Think about the possibility of having enough money and assets saved up so that you can either retire sooner or smoothly shift into the part-time work as you approach retirement. Here's an example. Starting at 50 years old, you gradually reduce your working hours and use your own savings and investments to make up for the decrease in income. When the time comes to fully retire, you won't have to rely as much on your savings because you'll have a reliable pension to support you. Let's dive into a quick example to illustrate this concept. Imagine you're 50 years old and you have accumulated 400,000 euros in assets. Your last salary was 55,000 euros, and now as you shift to part-time work, you'll earn 30,000 euros. To compensate for the difference of 35,000 euros, you take this amount from your portfolio. At this rate, your total portfolio would last you about 20 additional years, even if you do not put in a single cent into it. That is why it is absolutely essential to start building your own wealth as soon as you can. In this video, I share exactly how to do that starting from just €1. So thanks for watching, bleib gesund, and I'll see you in this video.